Oke, kita kembali lagi main Tales of Rise. Udah, Pak. Dah, ya, kita lanjut. Sekarang kita udah setuju sama si Helgennya, overseer-nya. Istirahat dulu tapi sambil nunggu pesawatnya dibenerin. Rest.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Duh.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Duh. Roma.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Effort 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah,
Just fucking kiss already, okay? Done with it.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
The frick? Oh my god. This guy don't know how to talk to him, don't you?
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevricht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in RENA and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that we...
Listen, the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world, Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Xion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Xion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you.
So I
don't
don't
have
feel
words for
shit,
the
you know?
shock I felt in that moment.
Now I feel shit. I
That's
never
because
touch you
I couldn't
again.
feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Xion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Fuck. Just what? You know what?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I give up. Do whatever you like. What is over to what? Oh my god. Yes.
Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to RENA, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Phasal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Oke, siapa namanya tadi? Fall Knight. Nama itu pesawatnya Fall Knight. Wah, tadi musiknya itu gorgeous banget, Pak. Upbringing banget. Dudu, dudu, dudu. Dudu, dudu.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
there's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, RENA was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is RENA. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Clap.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Dah, toki-tokinya udah. Oke. Hup. Dah. Lalu ada 3 itu. Sini dulu awalnya udah.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Retirement plan, what the
I wonder
hell?
what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether RENA is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Helganquil.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No, I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still...
What?
Don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Banyak banget deh.
Guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
Ah,
It's a
side by
nice thought,
side.
but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Yeah,
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people
we're
and
about to
Zeugles
fight
aren't so different
the
after
end
all.
boss. And then they talk about Zuko, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. And the menu. For the night. The hell is wrong with this group? Oh snap.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
Ya lawan ginian lagi level 53.
I knew there was something off here.
They're not pulling
Kambing
punches.
banyak banget
No
lagi.
choice but to beat them at their own game.
Oh lah, gampang. Lumayan lah.
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Let's get you off.
That'll bring you down!
Pew 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 pew. Aduh,
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now I'm in the
aduh. Aduh. Serangannya nggak tahu dari mana. Ya. Bakar. Good.
Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis!
Now, here I come! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! See that? That training's paying off! Look sharp!
Lightning thunder. Kena dua-duanya ya. Mantap.
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
Yeah, shh,
We lose
no.
hope now. This whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except
Oh
Helgenquil.
my god.
Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of RENA. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In Tragedy's Aftermath, hope is all we have.
Ya, Fike.
No holding back.
50 kambing.
This will be a piece. Okay.
These ones can run rings around us. Chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning. Vanish without a trace. In here. Burning.
Trying to be nice.
I can't imagine what we do without you, Meanwhile. You're so neat.
Look sharp.
Petir.
See that? That training's paying off.
Wind after energy.
Soaring right spear. Rising
Now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. I still got a ways to go.
Just look at the size of that thing. And Helgenquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years. No, even before that. Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot.
Yeah,
There
no
must be
shit,
some kind
man.
of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Free will aduh,
I
baik
wonder
banget
how the Renans
kambing.
avoided being mind-controlled like the Helgenquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danons?
I'd say it's likely. Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danons. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danons too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Shion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
Hot,
What'd
hot.
you say? He said, without a doubt.
Hot, hot. Terus mana nih, Pak? Terusnya nih. Si. Hihi, hihihi. Apa tuh ada lagi? Enggak ada.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
Operate. Oh, what?
Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate. Insects should stay on the ground.
Woi, kemana lu, Alpen?
Can you take care of them?
Bring you down.
Aduh, shieldnya juga.
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together out there. Bring rockets away.
You're mine.
I can do this all day.
Fear. Mirage. It's over. Do it.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Well done.
You're mine. More Sukos?
Keep calm and take them down. Now.
Fear. Live up.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Say no more.
My turn. Here I come. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Enemies incoming.
Then we'll take them down. Rising Falcon. I'm not done. Dazzle.
Lima lagi kan? Apa sih?
More. Right. Dragon Form. Lightning Thrust. Vacuum Blade. You're finished. Okay, here I go. Crush. Kisara. Commander.
Nah, Isara loh.
Phoenix Cyclone. More. I'm not done.
Aduh. Bakar lagi.
Astral energy. Full throttle. Naturally.
Lagi? Banyak berapa sih?
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
I can't imagine what we do without you, RENA.
Who, me? That's a little much, don't you think?
I'm serious. You're a lifesaver.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon
Illuminate the dark.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
A wailing annihilation by the power of divine space without a trace.
Castle! You're mine! It's over!
Wind attack.
No escape! Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Banyak banget tuh.
Now, astral energy.
Say no more!
Here I go.
My turn! Here I come! No escape! Swallow dance! Dragon Swarm!
Do it. Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Bakar kan?
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Banyak
Even in such a
banget.
harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to RENA? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourself.
Oh man!
Yo,
I live long enough to
shit.
regret things.
Ya, lewat.
Driving me mad! Dragon Swarm!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you, truly.
What? All the power?
This one's got your name on it.
Should have messed with me.
Winds of heaven.
Banyak banget sih itu.
We're in the home stretch now.
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Law, get toasty.
Burn strike.
Right, next one. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Dinginan kan tadi, bakar aja biar hangat.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the...
Get lost.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Mantap sih Lau.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I cannot see what's happening, but it's fine. Yes, they're all dying, so that's a good thing. Great Spirit-nya kayak apa ya Pak? Bentuknya Pak? Great Spirit. Sini coba. Bentuknya Great Spirit kayak apa? Kita udah tahu. Oh my god. Cerberus.
Oh man, I hope.
Aduh.
In a vine.
Yang lemah dulu kita kalahin. Bak. Kena gak tuh? Kena gak? Gak kena lah, awas aja.
Now I'm real mad.
Coba, aduh. Dulu.
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. I'm on it. Dragon form.
One more.
Castle. Now we're not.
Lunar corruption.
I'll finish you here and now. I'm not done. You're dead. Take this. I'll finish you here and now. Be still. Dragon form.
Lo mau mati? Mati. Nah.
Hold together. Just a little longer.
Thanks for the sympathy.
Get it together. We need you informed.
It's over. Be still. I'll finish you here and now. You require a hand. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade. Nice one, Alphin.
Yeah, explore where that came from. The design of this equipment is really interesting.
Ya siapa tuh Lau ya? Yup.
Sting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Who?
Guess I misread the landing.
Ambush.
Hi, Hoodle.
Ada, nggak ada. Jatuh.
Should have messed with me.
This one's mine.
Kabur dulu.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
2000.
Eat this!
Kamu pasin kambing. Gak usah. Pakai ini aja, life bottle. Setelahnya Rinwell tuh parah banget cuma.
These bad guys really don't mess around.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans. Or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of that.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
I'm like bait in a vine.
These things really get on my nerves.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up. You require a hand.
You are a new costume.
As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? As impressive as always. I'll be leaving this
Here
year.
I hope that was included.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Sion actually look better.
Woi.
Commander of
Bakar.
Chain between heaven and earth.
Ya, kesana kambing. Nggak satu kan?
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Sana apa nih? Tadi. Ya habis. Jangan sampai habis. Siap. Tegan kuil.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Aduh. Ah, kambing lah.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Bakar bareng tuh dua.
We got the advantage. Good. Just have to make sure we keep it. Don't worry, cause Rod's out.
This ends now!
Consider yourself
Boom. Mati semua. Nice.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Yo, kadal bedukan.
Go no further! I'm going to need to careful. It has some kind of camouflage. Dragon form. Jackal. Dragon form. One more time. I'm just getting stuck. Flame inside me. Lunar blast. You all right?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Bakar. Aduh. Nyetrum, weh.
Leave the enemy arcs to me. This one's got your name on it.
Kok itu dia punya sisian banyak banget CP-nya yang dihabisin.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Udah 170 aja nih. 46 lagi. Kambing.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way.
Looks like some solid equipment.
46, Pak. Cobalah ganti si Duhalim lah. Kita pakai combo Duhalim Kisarah. Padahal nggak ada kombonya juga sih. Nah, habis deh. Sama skill panel. Nih, kita mau nyalain ini. Duhalim. Counter attack increase push enemy down. Apa? Nah. Ini God Vengeance. Itu aja. Stream well, gas boost damage. Limit extension, easy over limit. Sama akan attack. Dah. Oh ya, ganti baju dulu. Lihat cek. Pakai consumable. CP mana ini ya? Ayo jangan.
Right, here we go. No escape. Dragon form. I got this.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Roy.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. I never miss. Inferno War.
Prepare to be sealed.
Aduh.
Less talking, more doing.
I'm not done. Dragon form.
Oh.
This one's got your name on it!
Benediction light. I'm not done. No further. Dragon swarm. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Ooh.
You don't mess around.
Certainly not. Dragon swarm. Regenerate. Be still. I'm not done. Stardust. I'm ready.
Dance in the wind!
Don't suffer in disorder.
Far enough! Light as dance in the wind!
I'm not done.
Now!
You're mine.
Ah.
Blow them away.
The flames will roar!
Now. Here I come.
That's up.
No escape.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. We won. Brace yourself. This one's tough.
Aduh. Sing.
Photon flash!
You're mine. I'm not done. A spot of beast hunting.
Woi, jalan kemana kamu?
Now you see what I can do.
Kesal sama Alpen.
Inferno Cluster! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! That'll bring you down! Piercing roar!
Can you take it?
Aduh, aduh, aduh. Aduh, aduh.
Can you take it?
Lightning orb! Tiger blade! Dance in the wind! It looks like you got this one covered. Get on in there with the others. Illuminate the dark! Magic in the dark! Holy land! I can do this all day! This one's mine! Thunder blade! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer!
Here I come.
Holy
not
light!
done.
Here goes! A chain between heaven and earth! Away with the lightning meteor!
Be still.
Let the marksman handle
Aduh, aduh.
The flame inside me yearns to be left free. You're mine.
Raging
No escape.
Bak. Bakal lagi. Aduh.
Can't get out of this.
Tiger blade!
You're mine. I'm not done.
Raging storm! Celestial! Razor Phantom!
I'm not done.
Celestial!
Too shy to come away. Here.
Your art!
In an instant.
Mati kan lu. Tak cross ya. Heal coba. Kambing emang. Jangan inilah. 2000 udah.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Retreat to the apa ya? Nambahin apa ya? Retreat ya? Aduh. Musuhnya Helganku lagi.
Discourteous, huh? I'll take you all off. This one's all mine. Dragon swarm on your knees. Switch. Here I come. Dragon swarm. Awaken and roll. Had to be seen. You're mine. I'm not. This one's over. Dazzle. Negative gauge.
Aduh.
Here I come. Black
Hehehe. Aduh, duh, salah. Aduh.
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any idea. The tide of battle turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant. Commander of Heaven.
Mati semua. Udah mati.
Nice technique.
Ya. Susah
I
banget,
feel
Pak.
sprightlier than before.
Woi, woi, dan suara. Yaduh. Siapa? Sini dulu. Berapa sih? 51, 51, wah. Semua lucky bagel.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
No, that's not make battle easier.
I'll do my best.
No further!
You're mine! I think I'll pass on the handshake.
In the soil.
Bentar deh. Mau tahu yang Infernal Torrent Instant Wave, coba ini ya. Aduh, enggak. Aduh, what? Ah! Mati dong. Impact Cross.
I
Anjir,
know
sosok
fine
apa?
weapon material when I see it.
Oh my god. Bukan gue lagi nih. Pak, bisa lewat gak misi ya? Misi ya, Bu? Ah, ya udah deh. 53 lagi, aduh kambing.
We work well together.
Like a finely timed weapon.
Say no
Oh,
more.
nggak break ya? Kuat banget.
That's what I like to hear.
Terus ini. Sambil level up, Pak, kita, Pak.
Right, here goes. I'm not done. Rising thunder. I'm not done. Not today.
Kalau nggak ada.
Got fire.
Oh, udahlah.
You're mine.
Anjir itu.
I'm not done.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Ini si serigala ada yang nyerang nggak sih?
Being interrupted.
The flame inside is yours to be let free.
All yours, Kisara.
Ching!
We did it! Magnificently done. Negative anything in armor is all mine. A large degree of regeneration.
Dig deep, and we can do this.
Impressive fervor, little one.
Oh my god. Aduh. Ah, duh.
This one's got your name on it. Illuminate the dark.
Oh my god.
I'm ready. Kisara, Commander of Heaven.
The best line itu.
I feel the power flowing through me.
You'll be able to help even more people now.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
my.
guess I will.
Oh my. Yeah, we fight this first.
Little help.
Flame inside me. You're let free.
Going in.
Be still.
Illuminate the dark.
Instant deity.
Holy cliff. Holy cliff. A chain between heaven and earth.
I can carve through armor.
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Let me free you of the Take this. Dazzle.
Lunar arc! Ha! Lion! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Mantap.
Let me free you of the power. Escape. Dragon form.
Raging storm.
Not
Ooh.
today.
A whirling circle.
Dragon form.
Winds of heaven. That'll bring you down.
Lion power!
Dazzle. You're mine.
Ha! Tiger blade!
Aduh.
Here I come.
Ini nyawanya berapa sih? Kuat banget.
Take this. I'm not. In a bind.
Gotta hold it together.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my
No
shield
more
for.
midnight
My
spirit.
companion.
Done. I'll leave it to you.
Alarm.
You.
Thanks so much.
Dragon form.
Blade. Dance in the wind.
Here I come.
More thrust. A whirling struggle.
I'm not done. Not
Ooh.
Radiant light. Switch form. Regeneration. Regenerate. Now I can let loose. Is that a healing note? It is. I can't ignore the pain. I'll try to be more careful. The enemy
In
feels
the
ours
sky
too.
is mine. We'll see about that.
Be still. Here I come. Run. Dazzle. Benediction light. Benediction light.
Aduh duh.
Their artillery dropped
Aduh duh.
Radiant light. Force of regeneration.
Wind after
Take
wind.
it. Dueling. In an instant. Impact.
Ooh.
That took more energy than I expected.
Little help.
You're rather out of sorts.
an infusion of hard shell insect should do the trick.
Is there a qualified doctor we can ask?
Raging cascade.
Incineration wave! Heal! Havoc struck! Burn!
Guiding supernova. Malevolent. Arcane thundercloud. Field.
Incineration wave!
This'll come in
It's
handy.
over! You're mine! No further! I'm not done!
Tiger blade!
Try harder! My turn! Heal my weary companion!
Ada dah. Ya.
You're mine! No dawn
A
shall break
whirling
this
struggle.
benediction light.
Winds of
See
heaven.
what I
I
can do.
can't hold on much longer.
Move it! Lightning struck! I'm not done! Stardust!
This'll come in handy.
Heal my weary companion! You're mine! The flame inside me is yours to be
Oh,
let
by
free!
the
Swallow them! Bathe in blood.
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong.
Magic is
She can handle it.
You can be really dense, though, Helene. A banana, let's go!
I'm not done! Dragon form! No further!
Hurricane flight!
Aduh, susah banget lawan ginian aja.
My concentration is dwindling. Perhaps I'm tired.
Lawan doang loh, Pak. Udah lawan lagi, raja loh. Wah, gitu lagi kambing. Ada CP, bodoh lah. Pakailah. Orange. Gua. Belum. Rail plate punyanya Kisara. Yep.
Some solid equipment.
Kisara udah ada senjata baru nggak sih? Gak ada ya, Pak. Duh, bahayan, Pak. Protection. Magic siapa? Oh, main Xian ya. Kita tuker aja lah sama sini. Nah, Xian pakai yang Swift. Dia lebih powerful.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. Not today.
This one's mine.
Dragon form.
Raging action.
Swallow blade. Masterful dash. Another incantation ruin. I'm not
Winds
done.
of heaven. First form.
Here I come.
Aduh.
Sweet now.
Aduh.
Saving this far enough. Illuminate.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Smash you.
No escape.
Can't be
In a vine.
Celestial hammer.
Here I come. A thrilling performance. Dragon form. Elusive swallow blade. Soaring blast.
Raging storm.
Inferno.
Tunnel.
It's on.
Lion power.
Dragon form. Dazzle. You're mine. No escape.
Celestial hammer. Lion power. Let them march. I'll take you all on. Flare the Demolisher.
4.000. Nah, lumayan lah. Bakar lagi. Aduh, susah banget, Pak.
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Regroupnya gimana? Ya, nih namanya gede-gede kambing. Mana yang kecil-kecil ada nggak sih? Tuh, lawan gede lagi. Level 5, serang aja lah.
Go no further.
In a vine.
Hurricane
Here I come. Behind the cross blade.
Aduh. Ya nggak ada.
Easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Can't get out of this.
Boom. Gak bisa ngindar sih pas lagi serangan ini. Tuh kan. Aduh. Pak, heal bisa nggak, Pak? Thank you. Kabing. Barusan di heal langsung. Ambing barusan di heal langsung mati. Aduh.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Udahlah, heal dulu lah. Treat. Vivid treat. Elixir. Terus Mary. Let's have run apa nih? Elemental defense Kisara lah. Kita nggak punya elemental defense-nya. Max HP, Sarah. Lagi. Lihat kamu penetration lah. Ya, recover all. Tadi nggak usah pakai itu deh. Stupid me. Pegang dulu.
Bathed in blood.
Kena semua. Hilkan dulu.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa.
Mari bu.
Take this. Beast of Be still. There you go. Carve through. It's on. You take it. It's over. Between heaven and earth. Captivity. A wailing banshee of lightning. Try harder. Sleep now. Charge. Dragon Swarm. Inferno Crossing. Radiant Swarm. Let's leave up the pressure. Black and Blade. Blizzard Bloom. In a bind. Take this! Everlasting Dust! Blade! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Now! Astral Energy! Say no more!
You sure showed them.
Ke kiri apa?
All in a day's work.
Ya lah.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
With the I'll take you all off. Here I come. Start up and wreak havoc.
Fall into your own depths.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Lightning orb.
Aduh, aduh, aduh.
Different mind. Feel.
I have no limits. You're mine. Look sharp! Lightning fire blade!
Ya, gak keluar kambing. Aduh.
Really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. Raging battle down.
Another incantation ruined. In a vine. Now you see what I can do.
Gua nyalain dulu. Aduh.
In an instant. We work well together. Finally timed wall. Dragon swarm. Begin. Take this. Lightning thrust. Totally. In an instant.
Mati lu.
So I still had room to grow.
I found
Mental cap punya 25.
some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Gregas. Sini kan bener kan? Iya. Udah lawan aja. Yes. Langsung. Sebelum hilang.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No, they appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
Ya, habis kambing. Ah, kambing lah. Pasien-pas raja lagi. What the heck?
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful. It's huge.
I know. I know it's huge, okay? It's right in front of me.
What is with all this
Bisa serang.
lumbering beast lately?
No ordinary suit. That much is damn sure. Watch yourself. You're off when it comes to this thing. Dazzle! Take this!
Feel.
Soaring light spear! Hurricane thrust!
to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Kepalanya. Kena nggak tadi?
In a bind? Let me free you of your power. Alright? You're mine! Now where was I? Soaring light spear! Raging storm! Take it to the side and come over. Green face and blood. You're mine! Rending you apart.
The flames will roar!
On it's over.
Dance in the wind!
Jat.
Bloody holiday.
Banana, let's go!
Stalagmite.
Dragon form!
Throbs.
A drinking orb! Illuminate the storm!
I'm ready.
Uh,
In an instant. Impact clock. Scream.
harusnya nggak kena tuh. Floating gitu kok.
Negative gate. Rising falcon. Stalagmite. Glacial fire. You're mine. On guard. Stunner. Rending you apart. You're finished.
Ya kena.
No further. Such unadulterated fury.
Pain between heaven and earth! Then it's time to
What? 2 kali mati kambing. Terus gantilah, ganti. Cara ganti gimana nih? Wait. Cara mandi gimana? Oh, edit. Nah, ganti.
you to do what you do best. Here's a healing heart.
Eat dirt.
First aid. I'll take you up. Thunderblade. A chain between heaven and earth. Searing tempest. A wailing dance of lightning.
Be still. I'm not done.
Go get raging.
What I can do.
Healing meteor. Infernal prophet. Going in. Healing banana. Thunder shield.
Soaring light
Raging
spear.
underwater. A whirling struggle. Glacial
Stunner.
evil.
Aduh.
Pain between heaven and earth. This one's mine.
You're mine.
Between heaven
You
and
may
earth.
be strong, but I'll never back down. Stunner.
Hurricane
Soaring light. You picked the wrong fight.
healing circle. In here. Now.
Kisara, commander of heaven.
Bakar semua.
The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests. What do you mean? You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
What? Sapi-sapi nggak ada apa-apa kah? Oh kan? Maple gel, untung dapat maple gel satu aja nggak apa-apa. Di atas. Helganquil. Wih. Benar sih.
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I
Vice
suppose
versa.
the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Vice versa. Kiri nggak ada, kanan nggak ada juga. Udahlah.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
Bear in mind, the core of RENA now sits above us.
Okay, kayak I think it's too long for this episode. I'm sorry, I have to end it here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.